Hi, everyone. It's Mary. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. And I'm here with this week's edition of 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After 90 Days in 900 Seconds. So we have season 7, episode 16, Wrecking Ball. And let me tell you, watching these episodes, I feel like I'm riding on a wrecking ball. It is like, what the F? Come on, please. Is the season over yet? This is like mother friggin' torture. So if I was going to give this episode a grade, I would give it an F minus. Okay. There was no redeeming qualities to this episode. We barely got to see Mila. I don't think we got to see Mila at all, as a matter of fact. I mean, without Mila in the episode, there is no redeeming qualities at all. This episode sucked. I'm going to jump right in. Let me just set my timer for 900 seconds because 15 minutes is all this damn episode, this damn season deserves. So here we go. Submit and Jenny. The Submit Summit is not going well. It is not going well at all. Submit's mom has been crying her eyes out day and night since they got married, okay? Because, the whole village, the whole country is insulting Submit's family because he married Jenny and Jenny is older than Submit's mother. So Submit's mother is crying her eyes out, and there is no fucking way in hell that they are going to accept this marriage at all. And Jenny's like, that's it. I'm just gonna have to bring Submit with me to America. And honestly, it's like his parents, his dad is really showing no reaction. Like they really couldn't give a shit. And actually, there was a highlight of this episode. Jen finally spoke. Jen spoke at length, and she said that she thinks that Submit should come back to the States because this is not going to work. Like they're never going to accept Jenny. And Christina got all emotional, and she's like, why don't you guys open up your heart to this? And they're just like, no way. His father is like, no way, this is not happening. Every time Jenny, Christina, or Jen mention the United States, Submit looks like he shit his pants. Like he looks scared shitless at the mention of moving to America. Then Jenny tells him, oh, okay, so then it's the last day that Christina and Jen are going to be in India. So they go to this beautiful sacred palace, and Jenny tells him that she talked to an immigration attorney, and the immigration attorney said it could take at least 2 years, for him to get the visa. So they should start, this process now. And Submit's like, I can't believe that she talked to an attorney behind my back and she's doing all this stuff behind my back. And, so then he throws the curveball. He wants to have kids. And Jenny's like, oh, excuse me, excuse me. We have been at this for 10 years. We discussed this in the very beginning of the relationship that kids are not going to be a factor. Now, 10 years, and for you 2 marriages later, Submit, you decide that you want to have children. Like, what the fuck? And, Submit's like, maybe we can adopt and whatever. And Christina's like, why did you marry my mother knowing that she was done raising children if you want to have a child? Paging Submit. Stop coming up with excuses. So, dun dun dun. We still shall see what happens next week. Because, like Jenny says, Submit will do anything to make his parents happy. He will adopt a kid to make his parents happy. But who the fuck is going to raise the damn kid? Good question. So moving on, we have Michael and Angela. And the highlight of this is goofballs. And because I know that to find the best reality cast interviews, check out Kiki and Kibitz. And about a year ago, when the goofballs first appeared on our screens, Brianna and I tracked them down on the gram and we interviewed two out of three of the goofballs. And you need to go to our channel as soon as you're done listening to me and check out this interview. I will put the link in the description box. And let me tell you, they dropped the T on Angela. It's no surprise the T that they drop on her, but they dropped the T on Angela. So they go to meet the goofballs, and it's like Michael's, saying that this is the last chance for her to make peace with them. She walks in and straight off the head, she has an attitude. So Peter, I think it was Peter, said to her, "You look good." And instead of her saying thank you, she's like, "I know. I know." So Peter asks Michael about his IG. He's like, "I thought you were going to be a social media influencer. What happened to your Instagram, Michael?" And the conversation goes south. So it goes south in 0 to like 2,000. The shit goes south. Okay. Angela's screaming at him. Peter's like, "You need to tell your wife to calm down. You need to tell her to calm down. You need to tell her to calm down. I do not fuck her. You are the one who fucks her. You need to tell her to calm down." And Angela screaming like a banshee, "You are disgusting! Michael! Michael!" So, yeah, that didn't go well. So they leave, and then she's leaving Nigeria. And Nigeria has never been happier that she's leaving. So she's like, "Godspeed. Let's hope the visa gets here quickly. And this is the last time I'm ever coming to Nigeria, because then you'll be coming to America." And then Michael's like, excuse me, "This is going to be I'm sad because now I'm going to be living the single married life." Now that is a contradiction in terms, the single married life, but whatever. So she's like, "I see you when I see ya." She gets on her plane. I have one question for you guys. What happened to Renee? Okay, she arrived in Nigeria with her BFF, and now she's going home without her. What happened to her? She didn't even say goodbye to her. We didn't even see like Renee going, "All right, Angela, I'm going home. Bye, Michael. Nice to meet you." No, like Renee just disappeared. Paging the authorities, Angela left Renee behind in Nigeria. I don't know. I don't know. So I'm moving on to Yara and Jovi. They're going hiking. Okay. And did you notice this? When they arrive at the mountains, Jovi goes to hug Yara when she gets out of the car, and Yara's like, "Get away from me. You're so annoying." "Oh, aren't you sweet?" That's the first thing I do when my husband goes to hug me. I tell him to get away from me, whatever. So, and I agree. When she's around Katrina, Katrina speaks English. What the fuck? Speak English. That's kind of rude, okay? One thing is your mom, and your mom doesn't speak English very well, but you're around Katrina. Katrina speaks English. What the fuck? Okay, so Jovi has to go back to work in 2 days, and Katrina's like, "Jovi, leave Yara here, and you go back to work, and you leave Yara here." And Yara's like, "Can I just be happy? I've been miserable for the past 2.5 years." Like she makes it sound like Jovi has her locked up in a cold basement. She has been so miserable in the United States for the past 2.5 years, 2 months, 3 days, 5 hours, 6 seconds. I mean, like, she makes it sound like she's being fucking tortured, and she's annoying the fuck out of me. Okay, if you didn't want to come to the States, or why the fuck are you here? Excuse me, do I hear green card, permanent residency, So you could travel back and forth. So your daughter is an American citizen and she could, reap the benefits of being an American citizen and getting an American education and all that other good shit, Yara. And you are so miserable. That's all I hear is how miserable you are and you just want to be happy. Whatever. So, anyway, she's just like, I want to pursue my dreams. You don't let me pursue my dreams. And I think I'm just angry because she is making me be on Jovi's side. And I don't want to be on Jovi's side. So moving on to Kim and Usman. And boy, was this a shit show. Okay, I still have a few minutes left because we just have Liz and Ned after this. And that was a shit show too. So Usman and Kim. So first of all, Jamal meets with Usman outside by the pool. And Jamal is upset that Usman didn't was not honest with Kimberly about the fine details of the adoption plan, mainly that he did not tell his brother already about it and that they were going to be springing it up on his brother together. So Usman doesn't understand that omitting something is lying as well. And Jamal was just trying to explain this to him. And Jamal was also trying to explain to him, as well as to his mother later on, that you guys have been in vacation mode this whole time. You guys haven't even lived together. Like, how do you know you're going to get along living together? And you're talking about adopting a child. Why don't we take one thing at a time? So, as usual, the kid makes more sense than the adults, but whatever. But Jamal's not, he's not a kid, but still, he she makes more sense than his mom. So then so they meet up with Muhammad and his wife. The kid's adorable. The kid is a cutie. So they tell Muhammad and his wife the plan. And the look on her face was like, I don't think so. The big issue is they want the kid to be raised Muslim. Totally understandable. Kimberly refuses to convert to Islam. Totally understandable. We're at an impasse here. Okay. And that's what it comes down to. And Kimberly's just like, what the fuck? I can't believe this. I thought, you had already talked to Mohammed about this. And she's just like, that's it. I'm putting my foot down. I'm not converting to Islam. So they get back to the hotel. Jamal and Kimberly go outside and they talk. And Jamal was like, that was really bad. That was really bad, Mom. And, he says again, you guys are always, you guys have been in vacation mode. You guys always have issues. Do you really think adopting a child will make it better? Like, so now moving on to our, oh no, we still have two more couples after this. Oh my goodness. Okay, moving on. We have Ed and Liz. So to make a long story short, okay, Liz wants to go back to work. But Ed, because he is so insecure about Liz working and like actually being out of his sight, he's not crazy about this. Okay. He doesn't want her working full time. And he's like, I thought we were moving out of San Diego. You wanted a clean start, but you're going back to work. She goes back to work at the restaurant full time. And within like the same day, they offer her a partnership. Okay. So Ed is stalking around the restaurant because he has nothing better to do with his life. So he's there, and Liz goes over to him and they're talking. And Liz is like, guess what? I was offered a partnership. This is like really great for my career. I'll be more financially stable. I'll be able to, be financially stable for my daughter, be able to help buy a house, all this other stuff. And of course, all Big Ed could think of is me, 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 me. You are not going to work until 1 a.m. I do not want you working late hours. I do not want you doing this. I do not want you doing that. And then I think that's when I tuned out. because these two are so fucking annoying. Between Liz looking like she's always on the verge of tears and Ed when I can't. So basically, the summary of the story is Liz is going to find out exactly what the promotion involves. If it involves her being out of his sight for too long, she can't take it. Okay? Okay. So now, moving on to our last couple of the night, Andre and Libby. So, Chuck. Chuck has been checking out the interwebs dating sites, and he found himself a woman. She's a cancer survivor. And he decided, he wanted to meet her. She was coming to Tampa, and they were going to go out on a date. And exactly what you do on a first date, you invite your daughter and your son-in-law to come along. Andre's like, yeah, Chuck, yeah, Chuck. So, um, Chuck is like, have we heard anything from immigration yet? Okay, we're out of time here. Wait, hang on. Oh, then we have Charlie. It's Charlie, bro. It's Charlie, bro. Okay, so Charlie's talking about that he doesn't understand why all of a sudden he's a big problem in the family when he's been the same person for the past 10, 15 years. He hasn't changed, bro. So what's the issue, bro? So Megan's like, it seems like everybody in the family's starting to come around. Your sisters are coming around. Your mom's on your side. And Charlie's like, yeah, I know, bro. It's only my dad and Libby. It's just them two, bro. Like, I don't understand, bro. And Megan's like, all I have to say is that if Andre puts a hand on you, I may have to call the authorities and, who knows? I just may have to call immigration. And Charlie's like, are we talking about ICE, bro? We talking about ICE, bro? Megan's like, we never know. So Andre and Libby show up for the double date. And guess what? Chuck was ghosted because his date has COVID. That's a pretty good reason to ghost your date, don't you think? So they're at the hibachi place, and Andre says America is a very easy place to gain 30 pounds because they have delicious food of all different cultures, and that I agree with. So they're at the hibachi place, and they're talking about Andre's immigration status, how he suspects somebody in the family placed a mysterious phone call and said, deport Andre. Andre is a secret agent, deport him. And, um, Chuck says at family therapy, he's going to look each one of his kids in the eye and he's going to ask them, where do they stand in supporting Andre's immigration status? And Andre's like, if one of them said that they made a phone call, I don't think I can restrain myself. Well, you know something, bro? Megan just may be calling the cops, bro. So, the season's almost over. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's really far because we're going to have a 3-part tell all. So there's going to be, what are we, episode 16, at least 3 more regular episodes, and then a 3-part tell-all. So, but I see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's there. It's far, but it's there. Thank you so much for watching me. Please subscribe if you don't already. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I started my own publication. It's called wordonthestreetreality.com. Please go check it out right after you're done watching me. You will get all of the hot tea that you desire for 90 Day Fiancé and Love After Lockup if you watch that as well. The hot tea, not the stale tea that you would get from some other content creators, but all the hot tea. Word on the Street reality.com. Thank you so much. Please hit like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Have a good night, day, weekend, whenever you're watching me. Bye.